All right, well, peace, peace, peace. First and foremost, hopefully the Most High in your house shall bless you all day. By His mercies we are consumed. We're live in the Most High in your house shall body into and naturally live. And yeah, man, I want to get into this, man. Come from the M from the beginning again, but also to how this is always goes into like how it was always about faith, honestly. Because shout out to brother Semi Firstborn. I'm actually about to tap into the class now, but shout out to him because the brother always reads John 5, and we're gonna read that real quick, but. Because I was thinking about that, because like I didn't think about it till I read the verse, like um, when he said you in whom Moses you trust, things of that nature. But if you believe Moses, you will believe me. But I was watching the class the other day, like from the semi freshman, one of the older classes. But like then he pointed something out. I was like, no, that's true. We majority of us, like our ancestors, our forefathers, like even to now, man, they didn't even believe in the time of Moses, man. We're gonna see that, man. So we're gonna make this real quick, man. But but that's how it is, and how it was always about faith, like because I saw faith, of course, like that's why Hebrews, 11:1 says it's impossible to please him without faith. But let's look at this real quick, man, because we're gonna look at this, and let's get John chapter 5 verse 46. It says, verse 45, I should say. We should say, I'm sorry. John chapter 5 verse 45. You do not think I will accuse you, because accuse you to the Father, that there is one that accuses you, even Moses, whom he trusts. Exactly, man. So that's why, like in the Most High, that's why with the whole Satan is Lucifer thing, or that Satan and Lucifer thing, or like well, not that, I'm gonna not say that, but how pretty much, man. Well, yeah. Honestly, how like Satan always wanted to become like the Most High Yahweh, or Satan like that. No, he never wanted to be, man, because Satan's an accuser, man. We just see here Yahweh, like say I'm not an accuser. He doesn't move and operate that type of spirit. That's a spirit that the scribes and Pharisees had. Even Job's friends had that. You don't want that accusing stuff on somebody, but also too it's just like two or three witnesses against you, the Father, like in that day, of course, in day of judgment is the Father, like the Son, and like in the law of Moses, man, in the law, honestly, would be accusers in that day. Honestly, that's the law right there, two or three witnesses, honestly, in the word, I should say. But yeah, you could use that, but you could say the angels, but you know they're on one accord with the Most High Yahweh, man. So that's the two or three witnesses. That's I think we talked about that before, like this goes into that second. That just your own sins will be accusers in that day, but that's another story for another day. But let's go back into the point, because it was always about faith. So let's get John chapter 5 and verse 46. Here's the point. For ye have believed Moses, ye would have believed me, for he wrote of me. Exactly, because it's the whole book's about the Most High House. But it says, for if ye have believed Moses, ye would have believed me, for he wrote of me. But see, let's go Deuteronomy real quick, 32, because they didn't believe in the time of Moses, man. Let's only really two in that generation did, man. Joshua and Caleb. But let's get this, man. Deuteronomy chapter 2, 32 and verse I'm in Numbers 32, that's why. Deuteronomy 32 and 30 Deuteronomy 32 real quick. Yeah. Deuteronomy 32 and verse yeah, Deuteronomy 32 and verse 20. And he said, I will hide my face from thee, and I will see their end, and see what the end shall be. For they are a forward generation, and children in whom is no faith. Exactly. So it says, verse 20, it says, I will hide myself from them, and I'll see what their end shall be. For they are a forward generation, children in whom there's no faith. So see that even in time of Moses, there was only like a few believe. Only two made it, really, honestly, in that generation. So yeah, man. So that's why even Yahweh Shah said, it's crazy, because Yahweh Shah, the son of Nun, believed. So then, of course, when the Yahweh Shah, came to, they didn't believe him. But the first Joshua, believe, and Caleb. But let's get John chapter 5, verse 30, verse 46. For it says, For had ye believed Moses, ye would have believed me, for he wrote of me. So let's grab this. Deuteronomy 32, verse and this too, they didn't even get that Jeremiah 29:11, Jeremiah 29:11, and they expected and for the reward. Why? Because they didn't believe. So let's get Deuteronomy chapter 32, verse 20. He says, and he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what the end should be. There are four generation children whom is no faith. Exactly, man. So yeah, man. Hopefully there's no this hopefully y'all brothers and sisters, this is edifying, man. I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm tired, but yeah, man. That just is what it is, though. With that, man. You know, yeah, man. Even in the time of Moses, man, it was like, it was all that goes to show you in the beginning. Even like, it was always about faith. Honestly, that's why faith and mercy, all that supersedes the law and statute commandments. There's nothing wrong with the law. The law is perfect, but that's just what it is. Cause like, yeah, man. Just like, cause honestly, man, that like the brother, from the semi firstborn said, man, like, during trials and tribulations, man, the only law we could rely on and hold on to is the waiter, man, as a law, faith, judgment, mercy, all that stuff, man. So, yeah, man. So hopefully this is edifying. So peace.